Hey guys, how you doing? This is another Outdoorsman 1 video. Today we're going to be talking about the Olight PL Mini Valkerie 1. Hey guys, how we doing? I've got the Olight PL Mini here. This is the first generation. We're going to go ahead and mount this up to my Glock 19, and we're just gonna kind of talk about it today. So this gun is clear. I don't have a mag in it, and there's no round in the chamber, so all of you Nazis on YouTube, don't comment below. Anyways, I've got the Olight PL Mini here. I'm still getting used to it. As some of you know, I don't have a lot of feeling in my right hand, so it is kind of interesting for me to tap the light button on there. But so that's going to be something that I'm going to have to get used to as far as my offhand. So if I am shooting one-handed for any situation, I'm definitely going to have to learn to press harder than I think on that button. Anyways, guys, this is the Olight PL Mini. I opted to go with the Olight PL Mini 1 over the PL Mini 2, mainly because of the way that the PL Mini 1 fits the Glock 19. Also because it is a lower profile. I do understand that it's got a little bit less of a battery life and that it is 200 lumens less. The PL Mini 2 does come in two colors, the bronze or tan, I guess you could call it. Looks more of a bronze to me. And then it also does come in the black like this one does, but it does slide back and forth, which would be great. I'll probably end up getting one of those for my XDS because they work really well for the XDS platform, but for the Glock 19, I really like the way that this looks. I just kind of like to talk about my initial views and thoughts of the PL Mini. 400 lumens is a lot of light coming out of a very small profile. You can see that I'm illuminating everything around my truck, and it's quite a bright light. Okay, so now with the camera light off here, all of the light that you see is 100% coming out of the Olight PL Mini. It's pretty dark out. It's about 10 o'clock at night in a little miniature snowstorm here, and you can see the snow falling. You can see just about everything going on over there, and I'm quite happy with it. So a couple other reasons. I went with the Olight over the more tried and true brands just because of the magnetic charging. I do shoot this firearm quite often. I try to shoot it at least once a week. My philosophy behind that is if I'm going to be carrying a firearm with me everywhere I go, I want to be very competent with it. I want to be very comfortable with the weapon that I'm carrying to defend myself if I ever have to do that. I understand that if I ever do have to defend myself with this firearm, it's going to be a high stress situation, and there's going to be a lot of room for error there. And God forbid I ever have to use my firearm, but if that situation ever does arise, I do want to be well trained and very comfortable in that situation. So I do want to carry my firearm with a light on it because I work 2 jobs and I'm almost never out during the daytime. So as a personal side, I see the need or the use of a firearm at night much more likely than during the daytime. Also, I went with this Olight because, like I said, I train a lot with my firearm. I put, well over 200 to 300 rounds a week through my gun, give or take. My average is two range days a month, but I try to keep it at 4, but depending on schedules and things like that. So I do use my firearm a lot. And that being said, the magnetic charging port that comes on the Olight style weapons is really attractive to me. The fact that I can just slap the charger on there. I will let you know, I did for Black Friday purchase a Last Line of Defense LLOD. Check him out on YouTube. He's a great guy. Mike. He sells holsters specifically for this gun with a cutout for the PL Mini. And I think that that's a fantastic option that I'm never going to have to take my hot firearm. I do carry with one in the chamber. That I'm never going to have to take my hot firearm out of the holster, remove the light, put it back into the holster. Again, that's just a lot of play, a lot of time that the gun is spent in limbo, and I try to keep my gun in my holster 100% of the time. At night, when I take my holster out of my pants, it stays in the holster on my bed side, and that's the way it is. When it's in my safe, it's still in the holster. That I just keep it like that. And the fact that I can now charge my weapon, my duty light, with it's still in the holster is a fantastic thing. We will be talking about the LLOD holster when that comes in, but he makes everyone per order, and that being said, I've got to wait a couple weeks for that. So a couple other things about this light. I didn't go with a Surefire or one of these other more tried and true brands. I do own Surefires. Actually, one of the flashlights that I use is kind of my pocket EDC light is a Surefire. Surefires are great lights, but a lot of people comment on this being a Chinese light and, you know, relatively cheaply made. And yeah, I understand that, but this thing is 400 lumens. It's got a nearly perfect record as far as, you know, dealing with Olight. Olight's a good company to work with. They stand behind their product, and it's a good product. It's got a good throw. It's got a great beam. I mean, if we're looking down this road, we're about 100 yards down there, and as far as I can see, it is fully illuminated, as you can see as I'm panning up and down. It is a very quality light, and that being said, I'm very happy with it. I have yet to go to the range and shoot with it, mainly because I'm waiting on my holster to get here, because at the time being I do have to take this off and leave it at home, because I don't have a holster that it'll work with. But I do think that this is one of the best EDC, everyday carry, appendix carry flashlights. It's a small flashlight. I've used other flashlights before. I've used other weapon lights before, and this is by far the lightest and the most comfortable. One of the last comments that I'll say about this light is the fact that it has a constant on or momentary is great. I like simple things. My everyday carry flashlight in my pocket, the flashlights in my truck, my favorite headlamp, for example. This is my favorite headlamp. This is a Black Diamond Sprint. I also like it because it's extremely simple. It's on or it's off. And then you can modify, you know, by how long you hold the trigger down. It depends on how long or how bright it is. This is two functions, on or momentary on. And I think that that's great. I'd like to know what you guys think about the Olight PL Mini 1 compared to the Olight PL Mini 2. Now that I have this light and I do like it, I probably will further down the line purchase the Olight PL Mini 2 and also the Olight PL Pro is what I believe it is. I probably will purchase both of them because of different uses. For this is going to be my everyday carry light. This is going to be the light that is in my holster all the time. It's bright enough. It doesn't oversaturate the environment, and as well, it's very bright. So thanks guys for watching this video. Be sure to follow me on Instagram. Like I've said, I've got a new truck in a couple of my recent videos, so if you guys want to see some cool off-roading in a Tacoma now, and instead of the full-size Ford, check that out. Check me out on Instagram. I'm doing a couple giveaways right now. I just hit 1,000 followers on Instagram, and my sponsor Multimach wants to help us out. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video review. This is kind of the preliminary, never actually used, but my more in-depth thoughts and kind of opinions behind this light. I really enjoy it. I think for the price point, I got it on Black Friday and I got a free light with it. I think that the charging port is fantastic, and I think that the 400 lumens is by far enough to disorient someone or to illuminate something if that's what I needed. And that's the reason why I will, here as soon as I get my new holster, begin to carry the Olight PL Mini. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you've used both platforms, I'd like to know. So stay tuned guys, and be good, be dangerous, be ready. Have a good one.